Feel the power. And now we're going to spread them out. Rack, stack, reload. Get ready to go. As everybody looking over the field, making sure they see him out there on the racing surface. At Pace Truck taking the hard right-hand turn off the racing surface. It's time to go green flag racing coming off turn number 4. As the light's still on, field still set. Looking over the field, making sure everybody's exactly where they need to be. They're going to be getting the one-to-go signal this time by from the air traffic controller down in the flag stand. As everybody getting the one-to-go signal this time by, the lights go down, the field is set. It's time to go green flag racing coming off turn number 4 with a Powri 410 Outlaw Sprint League Championship night, Hockett McMillan Memorial. As field coming to green out of turn number 4, Bubak and Jeniton in row number 1. Joby Miller, Aaron Reitzel, Jace Park, Scott Boguski, Noah Gash, Jamie Ball looking for green out of 4. It's waving. We're racing at the Hockett McMillan. Jake Bubak out to the early advantage. They go into turns number 1 and 2. Ayrton Jeniton going to find some speed up on the top shelf. Joby Miller with a good run down the back straightaway. Pulling into position number 3. Aaron Reitzel up on the top shelf. He's going to look for a 2-for-1 down the front straightaway. Up to 3rd, looking for more. Lows down low through 1 and 2. As Jeniton storming back up on the high side, staying in position number 2. Reitzel in the 87, running 3rd. Joby Miller, Scott Boguski all inside the top 5 as Noah Gass. Outside looking in, Jamie Ball. Here comes Jace Park around the outside. Park going to take the position. Miles Paulus now right behind him. As Chase Randall, Reese Moran rounding out the top 10. Everybody still chasing. Jake Bubak out front. 2 very different lines as you have the car number 19 of Ayrton Jeniton pulling on the low line. Down into turns number 1 and 2. Jeniton pulling wheel to wheel with the 27 of Jake Bubak, but Bubak able to separate himself ever so slightly. Exit of turn number 2. Same story, different scripts, different side of the track. Jeniton not going away on the low line. This is exactly what the 87 Aaron Reitzel wants to see is as they're doing battle, he's able to reel them in. Up top, Reitzel finding the speed. Bubak kind of changed up his line. Now Reitzel going to thread the needle. Dip down, low side slider off of turn 2 as the 91 of Riley Kreisel pulling off the racing surface. Bubak keeps his foot in it, stays your leader, but Reitzel not going away from the top shelf. Now he's going to pull it down low as they go into turns number 1 and 2. Slider for the lead, but Bubak crossing him over. Down the back straightaway, Jake Bubak maintaining the point. Aaron Reitzel not going away. Deep into turn number 3. 3 and 4. Now he lets it slide up, drift up, crossover for the lead. It's Buback, Jennington, and now Reitzel to third. Scott Boguski up to fourth. Joby Miller rounding out the top 5. How about Miles Paulus all the way up to 6? As we still have a 3-car battle for the lead off of 4. New leader at the line. It's going to be the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Buback, though, up to the high side, and Jennington, a whole bunch of speed down the back straightaway, wheel to wheel for the top spot. Jennington having to get into the binders to avoid contact as Reitzel goes high. Buback slicing in the middle. Jake Buback back to the point, side by side for second and third. Throw it a 4-car battle now for the lead because Boguski done messed around and caught him. Reitzel to the point. He goes top shelf. Buback looks low, and Jennington is right there in the 19. Boguski in car number 1X amongst the front runners as well. As that 90 AP, the monster Miles Paulus, maybe one of the quickest drivers on the track. He's up to 4th as caution comes out on the racing surface. 11 laps in the books, I believe maybe 10 laps in the books now. 10 laps in the books as scoring just verified. 10 laps in the books, 15 to go as a whole bunch of action here in the opening stages. 3 cars for the lead at any given time between the 27B of Jake Buback, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, throw the 19 of Ayrton Jennington in the mix. Also, the 1X, Scott Boguski, was gaining on that top trio, and don't look now, but coming towards the front in a hurry. Car number 98P, the monster Miles Paulus, advancing 4 positions. He's up to position number 5 to crack into that top 5. Car number 22M, Reese Moran, the driver bringing out the caution over there in turns number 3 and 4. As car number 22M of Reese Moran out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa Sod and Mulch, Eaton Industrial Lumber Lounge and Garage, top-notch turf. Bob Hurley RV CS9 chassis with Fisher Racing engine. 22M of Moran running inside the top 10 before the caution came out. Scoring, looking over the field, making sure everybody's exactly where they need to be. 15 laps to go, 10 laps in the books. Looks like car number 23 of Lance Moss, a little bit underpowered going down the back straightaway. Seems to be able to get it back into gear. For that car number 23 out of Cherryville, North Carolina. As Choose Cone coming out onto the racetrack, all drivers getting the option of either inside line or outside line on this restart. Jake Buback, Aaron Reitzel, Ayrton Jennington. Buback goes low, Reitzel high, Jennington low. Boguski goes high, Miles Paulus, Joby Miller, Jace Park, Chase Randall, Jamie Ball, Kyle Jones, Xavier Doney, the big mover and shaker so far as he's up into the top 10. Car number 17 of Zach Hampton, also in the mix as well. As everybody finding their positions out there on the racetrack. It's Jake Buback and Aaron Reitzel. Your top 2 drivers out front. Right behind them, you have the 19 of Ayrton Jennington, the 1X of Scott Boguski. As back out onto the racing surface, car number 22M of Reese Moran. Repairs have been made. He'll get that car refired, tag it to the rear of the field. Reese Moran, 5-time feature winner in 2024. 3 career POWRi feature wins to his credit, all 3 in the POWRi 305 ranks. Running in conjunction with the Oil Capital Racing Series. Moran, a feature winner here at Lucas Oil Speedway back in the 2023 season. As looking over into the work area, it appears one more car over in the work area. Clock continues to tick as I did see movement over there. It looked like the car was getting into a position to be pushed back out onto the racetrack. That's going to be that car number 23 of Lance Moss. We've seen him having some issue. It looked like the car was slipping out of gear down the back straightaway. Hopefully they have made the repairs, and he'll tag that car to the rear of the field in car number 23 of Lance Moss out of Cherryville, North Carolina. Mid-Nebraska Land Developments 18 Express Oil and Lube bus excavating with a Moss Racing engine, the 23 of Lance Moss. Driver's going to be getting the one to go signal this time by. It is Bubak's race to start here in the Honest Abe's Choose Cone restart conditions. With all drivers getting the option to choose either inside line or outside line, it's the leader's race to start. Nobody else can fire until that leader fires off. And Jennison and Boguski in row 2. Paulus, Miller, Park, Randall, all inside the first 4 rows. Looking for green. Exit of turn number 4. Great start. Jake Bubak in that car number 27B. Kind of fooling the 87 of the 19 as they go into turns number 1 and 2. Jennison looking on the low line. He's going to let it drift up, taking over the runner-up spot from the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel, though, going to stick it up on the high side and let it eat. Side by side for the second spot. Jennison going to have it. Reitzel still looking for it. Boguski running in the 4th spot. Joby Miller, Miles Paulus, Chase Randall all inside the top 5 as problems over here in turn number 4. Looks like car number $9 of Kyle Clark out of Spopa, Oklahoma, bringing one of the restart flags down with him. Out of Spopa, Oklahoma, the same day auto repair, D&E Supply, Tires Pro, Triple X chassis, a DSO racing engine for that car number $9 of Kyle Clark. 3 feature wins in the 2024 racing season by Clark. Also, 1 car over into turns number 1 and 2, coming to a stop up on the high side. Looks like they'll be going off on the hook this evening over in turns number 1 and 2. Looks like car number 22M of Reese Moran going off on the hook. As it is car number 22M of Reese Moran going off on the hook. A lot of damage there. Left front wheel bending back on itself. In that, whole front clip's messed up for the 22M of Reese Moran. As getting everybody into position out here on the racing surface. Looks like 11 laps in the books, 11 laps down as that one was completed. And the choose cone coming back into play with 14 laps remaining in the feature event here tonight. Series Director Talon Turner putting the choose cone out onto the racing surface. Again, all drivers getting the option of either inside line or outside line. Now, Bubak gets the first choice. That's the same as last time. Ayrton Jennison getting the second option now. See if he chooses either inside line or outside line. Aaron Reitzel right behind him. Scott Boguski. Joby Miller now inside the top 5. In, out, in, out. Inside, outside, outside, inside. Now everybody kind of going the opposite of what the person in front of them does. Nobody really venturing anything. Nobody really gaining a whole lot out there as the lights go down. The field set, coming to green out of turn number 4. Jake Bubak, Ayrton Jennison, Aaron Reitzel, Scott Boguski, Joby Miller, Miles Paulus, Chase Randall, Kyle Jones, Jace Park, Zach Hampton, the top 10. Looking for green out of turn number 4. Bubak's race to start fires off about the same spot he did last time. Two-car advantage as he goes into turns number 1 and 2. Jennington on the low line. Good run out of turn number 2. Aaron Reitzel, here comes Boguski and the 51B of Joby Miller. Chase Randall, keep an eye on the quickest chicken in that car number 12X as he's making him out towards the front of the field. Buback, still your leader down the back straightaway, has about a 10-car leading advantage as here comes the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. He's going to put a slider through turns number 3 and 4. Jennington crossing him back over. Jennington looks low. Reitzel up to the top side. Down the back stretch. Boguski now going to move into the 4th spot. Chase Randall to the top 5. Joby Miller, Kyle Jones, Miles Paulus, Jace Park, Zach Hampton currently sitting inside the top 10. The 74 of Xavier Doney back behind him in that car, number 74. 52 of Blake Hahn, 21 of Gunnar Ramey. Jamie Ball, as everybody's still chasing a very, very quick Jake Buback out front. 10 laps to go this time by. Dipping down into single digits on the lap count. It's Buback, your leader. Jennington, Aaron Reitzel, Scott Boguski now showing speed here in the later stages. He's going to get a good inside run. Into that 4th spot, looking for more, trying to move into the podium placement. Chase Randall, 51B of Joby Miller, side by side to round out the top 5. Kyle Jones, Miles Paulus, Jace Park, Zach Hampton in that car, number 17, rounded out the top 10. Everybody still chasing the 27B of Jake Buback. A blistering pace around Lucas Oil Speedway. Looking at 6 more times around this time by with car number 27B of Jake Buback. Boguski now able to move into that 3rd position in car number 1X. Everybody else running up on that top shelf. Boguski, kind of the first driver, dipping down into the low line and showing some speed with 5 laps remaining. Trying to move into the runner-up spot. Him and the 87 of Aaron Reitzel right behind car number 19 of Ayrton Jennington as they're busy battling Jake Buback out front all by himself. 5 laps remain this time by. 4 laps remain this time by. Jake Buback, your leader. Dealing with lap traffic. Going to put Elijah Guile in car number 24, 1 lap down. "22 laps in the books this time by. The 24 of Elijah Guile separating the 27B of Jake Buback. And your new runner-up placement, Scott Boguski in car number 1X. Boguski is gaining. Last time by, 1.7 was the separation. This time by, 1.2 is the separation with 2 laps remaining. Buback trying to finish this feature strong as the white flag waves one more time around, but no back markers between the top 2. Only a second separates them. It's the 27B, Jake Buback, the 1X, Scott Boguski, through 3 and out of 4 feature winner. It's car number 27B, Jake Buback. Second place belongs to car number 1X, Scott Boguski. Ayrton Jennington rounding out the podium placements. Aaron Reitzel finishing 4th as Joby Miller rounding out the top 5.